What's up, guys? Brian Grant here of ContestChampion.com, and today we're going to talk a little bit about alliances and how they're kind of structured, and if you want to progress in this game, how you should maybe structure your own alliance. Of course, there's going to be some variation out there. If you do have some variance between how your alliance is structured and how mine is, please let me know in the comments, because yeah, basically I'm going to be showing you how my alliance is structured and why I think it's a very successful structure and why it's probably a common one throughout the community. So. If you check out my alliance here, there's one leader, of course, right? There's one leader for every alliance. And then we look at the number of officers. You can see there I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 officers, right? Is that number a coincidence? We'll get to that in just a moment. And then everyone else here is listed as the members, right? It's the only 3 classifications you can have in an alliance. So what does that mean for the members? Does that mean like the members aren't deserving? Does that mean we're not good enough to be this officer status or anything like that? No, not exactly. Of course, the officers are going to have like a certain performance level. They're going to be a certain amount active and have a certain amount of knowledge of the game and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that they're the best of the alliance. It just means that they are the leaders in a way. So let me bring up this graphic here, this awesome graphic that I have prepared for us that is currently blank. But don't worry, we're going to fill this out nice and quick here. I already have everything all drawn out for us. Ready? Check this out. Boom! 3 different groups, right? Of course, there's Battle Group 1, Battle Group 2, and Battle Group 3, right? And in each battle group, there should be some kind of leadership. Oh, this is working out so nice, guys. Okay, so you want some leadership in each battle group, and then the way it works is there's 5 officers and 1 leader, right? So in Battle Group 1, you might have 2 officers. In Battle Group 2, you might have 2 officers. And then Battle Group 3, an officer and the leader. So the leader could be in any battle group. It doesn't matter. It's just the way I have it set up here. You guys will have to decide your own battle groups for yourself. But it's very nice to have 2 officers or 2 leaders for each battle group. This way, in case one is busy, because even the most dedicated of Marvel Contest of Champions players out there, eventually there's going to come a time where there's a day or even just a few hours where they can't be around to kind of lead the group, right? And what I mean by leader is again, not that there are like the absolute best ever, right? No matter how good you are at this game, you should always be willing to take criticism and learn new things and stuff like that. So even the best leaders out there will be, open to new ideas and stuff like that. But you need somebody to kind of unify the group. You need somebody to be there and say, or like one mind to kind of answer the question of what path should this person take, kind of thing. This way you're not all just like throwing out ideas and there's no one there to like make that call of like, all right, we're going to do it this way, So you need some kind of leadership. So that brings us to the next topic here about alliance structure, and that's going to be line chat. Now you can use any chat service you want. It's just that Line, the app Line, seems to be the most commonly used chatting service for alliances out there. It's available on Android and iOS. Of course, I'm not getting paid to sponsor. I'm not getting sponsored by Line Chat or anything like that. But yeah, it's what I use. It's what most people use. So you need to set up your Line Chat in a way that you're all going to be communicating effectively with one another, and so that it's not like just total and utter chaos, right? So how do you do this? Well, everybody's going to be in one kind of main chat, and this really gets kind of subjective for each alliance, right? You can set this up however you'd like, but the way that my alliance is set up is that everybody's in the main chat, right? There's 30 people in that main chat. Actually, a few more from people who have moved on, but still kind of want to stay in the chat with everybody else, right? So we have the entire alliance in the main chat. Then there's also an officer chat that is only for the officers and maybe a select few other people. Maybe people who like could be officers, right? But they're not, just because if you have too many officers, then it just goes back to that chaos factor. So you don't want too many officers, but maybe there's a couple extra people that are very knowledgeable about the game and stuff like that can help you make some key decisions, that can help with recruiting or something like that. So there might be anywhere from 6 to like 10 people in that officer chat, something like that. Maybe someone who is willing to vote on ideas or something like that, if you need a few extra people to kind of voice their opinion without involving the entire alliance, something like that, right? I'm not actually in an officer chat, so I don't know exactly what goes on there, right? But I've been in officer chats in plenty of other games in the past, so it's kind of what I'm basing it off of. Then there is the individual battle group chats. Now these are the most important chats that you can have online. Or in the Line app, not online. This is the chat that I have pinned to the top of my list in Line. The only one that is pinned with the individual battle group chats. The main chat and stuff like that, if as long as you have it set up with the battle group chats, the main chat, it could be cluttered with just nonsense sometimes, right? People just talking about movies or whatever else they want to talk about, which is cool, right? But when you need to see exactly what's going on, you can rely on looking into your battle group chat and knowing like what you need to do, what you need to get done. If you're slacking, maybe somebody can remind you like, hey, can you move? You're one move away from taking out that node. Can you hop on and take that out or something like that? Or if somebody needs to take a different path than normal, maybe they lost their poison immune champion and they normally take a poison immune path in Alliance Quest, something like that, so you guys can work out switching. I do think that the best way to set this up, if you have an alliance that has 30 members, by the way, is to have the same battle group for Alliance Quest and Alliance War. This way, you can just keep it nice and simple. You guys are always working together. You can actually learn your guys' strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. For example, my weakness happens to be like Nightcrawler. Well, I have many weaknesses, right? But one of them is Nightcrawler, and there's somebody in there who's an absolute monster at taking down Nightcrawlers. Just eats them for breakfast. So, being like having played together for a few months now, we know that about each other. So we know what each person is capable of and stuff like that. So the battle group chat, cannot stress that, how important that actually is. The final chat, that is, we actually don't use it all that much, so I'm going to say it's kind of optional. But it is a nice idea to at least try it out. And that would be the announcements. This is the kind of thing where nobody chats in here at all. Nobody chats in the announcements, but every once in a while, the leader or the officers might just put something there and like doesn't get filled with spam or anything like that. So you know exactly what is going on basically. So you might put things in here like the duel targets, right? If your alliance completes the dueling event, the dueling alliance event, right? So you might put the duel target, find the easiest person to duel of that specific champion type. This way you maximize your points with the easiest amount of, or the least amount of effort, right? You might put in the donation requirements there, other things like that. Technically, you don't have to have this announcements thing if your alliance takes advantage of like the notes in line and stuff like that. So yeah, you can definitely have a bunch of notes that are filled with pictures and videos. Maybe I don't know. Maybe like you put a video, you put a vote or a video in the notes section of how to get like 5,000 units in a month or something like that. So yeah, or the maps for the alliances and stuff like that, which I have not created, but some lovely people out there have definitely created stuff like that. So yeah, you can definitely take advantage of the note system as well, and then every once in a while maybe just put something in the announcements to kind of remind people that, hey, this information is available. So yeah, you might do something like that. But hopefully this gives you guys some insight on how to run your alliance if you're looking to start up an alliance, or you're just looking to make your alliance a little bit stronger. The structure and how you guys communicate is very important, and I cannot stress enough how important having these individual battle group chats actually are, right? It's super important. If you're not if you're not an extremely active alliance or anything like that, or if you're, I mean, even a relatively active alliance should have this set up. But if you're more on the casual side and maybe you don't run 3 battle groups and stuff like that, maybe it's less important if you run the system where everybody kind of just jumps into the first 2 battle groups in Alliance Quest or something like that, and then like the leftovers jump in the 3rd one or something. Then maybe you don't need individual chats, but you're also not going to be the most organized. You're not going to get the best rewards. So just keep that kind of thing in mind, right? This is all about getting the best amount of rewards without killing yourself on being trying to watch like every little detail, and just like the organization really helps. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Be organized. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know, again, if you have any kind of adjustments that, maybe you're doing something different in your alliance. Let me know how that goes in the comments. Definitely interested in that stuff. And I will see you in the next video or live stream. So, yeah, have a good one, guys.